So we were on satisfaction, right? So the third thing which was necessary, or the third reason we had, third type of beings, are those who are over here because they wanted a body. Since they were on the one-dimensional plane, in order to increase the current in their body, they needed back the charge. In order to charge, they needed a body. So the third reason you are over here is you need to charge up your soul. You need to charge your energy. That is why you are here. Because you had apamrityu. What is apamrityu? Is dying before time. So you died before time, so your soul energy was exhausted. For example, this was the Jyoti. Okay, Jyoti, which means the soul energy or Atman. So this was your soul energy in the spirit world. This much amount of soul energy is capable for you to take a birth as a cat, as a dog, okay, or any type of primary beings. But if you want to take birth as a man, you need to increase your soul energy. Okay. So for example, from this energy, you increased your energy up to this. Okay. And now this energy is not capable for you to exit this plane. So that is why I drew this plane. Because this is the plane where moon is rotating and there is the affliction of moon, Rahu and Ketu. If your soul is trapped in this plane, you need a greater force to bounce back and come out in whatever direction you want to go. If you want to go towards the sun, towards the Saturn, okay, or you go towards upwards, any direction you want to go, you need more soul energy. If you have this much soul energy, you can sustain inside this plane. But if you need to get out of this plane, for example, you need this much soul energy. Okay. But you were in the plane because you didn't have a body. You need body to increase your soul energy. So the third reason you are here is because you are unsatisfied. And unsatisfaction comes from the decrement of soul energy. When you have ample of soul energy inside you, you are not unsatisfied. You are satisfied. Okay. So see, there are 8 characteristics of soul energy. That is why there are 8 vasus. So these 8 characteristics of energies, there are 8 different characteristic energy inside your body. Okay, consider that type of flame which considers 8 light. Okay. So there need to be some light of Mercury inside your soul. There need to be some light of Venus inside your soul. This is the graph. Okay. There need to be some light of Moon inside you. Okay. In order to get out of the world. Then you need some amount of Mars. You need some amount of Jupiter. You need some amount of Saturn. We'll decide what amount we need. Okay, what is the proportion of energy? We'll decide. We will go it further. Further, we'll go and understand how the proportions are made. What amount of energy of which planet is needed inside you. But supposedly you need this much amount of energy in order to deflect out from this plane. You need a one-dimensional plane where you are fixed or trapped. Okay. So you need this much amount of energy, and whenever you don't have some amount of this energy, okay, you are over here on this earth getting this energy from some other being in order or giving out some another energy which is higher inside you. Okay, let's consider you just need this type of this amount of Venus energy. Okay, but your soul has this amount of Venus energy. Okay, so you have this much extra Venus energy. Getting my point? And you need this amount of Jupiter energy. But your soul does not have this amount of Jupiter energy and you lack this amount of Jupiter energy. Okay. So this is where it is lacking. Okay, this amount of energy is lacking over here. So what you will do, you are taking birth over here, exchanging the extra Venusian energy you have and taking the lack of Jupiterian energy you had. Every soul, each and every soul is fixed once it has completed proportionate filling of their energy. Okay, proportionate filling, which means every soul is satisfied once it has proportionally filled different energies inside their body. Proportionally. This. Okay, whatever the proportions are, we'll discuss the proportions later on. But when the proportionate filling of energy is complete inside the body, the soul is free. But a free soul does not have any work in this world. So, we need some kind of exchange or barter so that we can sustain over here. In other words, just because we have something in excess and we lack something in life, we are over here to give our excess things and take something which we lack. And once we have filled, we have completely balanced our life, at that time we are totally free. Now in process what happens is, whenever you are giving out this, you will be overgiver. Okay, you will become an overgiver. Suppose you have to give 20 kilograms of Venusian energy, but once you started giving your Venusian energy, you became an overgiver. So rather than just giving 20 kilograms of Venusian energy, you gave out 50 kilograms of Venusian energy. Now again you came into the lack. Now we are lacking the basic Venusian energy you have. Similarly, in order, if you wanted to have just this was the 30 kilo of Jupiterian energy you needed, but you took 80 kilos. So now again you have excess. So again the next birth or the next cycle will start where you have to give out your Jupiter and take the Venus. Getting my point? So it is equally important that you stop. The main essence of spirituality lies when you understand when to put brakes. Okay, because what is important is proportion. Proportion is very much important. But you go into materialism when you forgot about proportion. When you understand proportion very much, you understand chemistry. When you understand chemistry very much, you are a spiritual being. When you don't understand chemistry, all you understand is physics and all you understand is maths, calculation, materialism. What I have, what I don't have, you are more interested in numbers. Okay, so you forget anything about proportion and just you are focusing on exchange. I want this, I want that, I had this, I had that. Okay, then you are going into the material side. But what is necessary over here is to maintain a proportion. Okay, for example, this is Mercury. Mercury denotes speech. How much you have to speak? How much you don't have to speak? When you have to speak, when you don't have to speak. Intellect. What kind of intellect you have to believe in? What kind of intellect you don't have to believe in? Okay, so there is always a void. Okay, let's draw a graph and understand. That will be a very good thing. Okay. See, this is going to be a base on what I am going to teach further on. The base pillar of the spirituality. Because until you know the process of in and out of energies, in and out of the soul, why we are created, things would be difficult for you to understand. Okay, so let's consider a normal graph over here. Let's make a graph. Okay. Right, this is Mercury, this is Venus, this is Sun, this is Mars, this is Jupiter, this is Saturn. Okay, let's consider moon also. Getting my point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Yes. So in order to be on a proportionate scale, okay, on a proportionate scale, we need all the energies in a proportionate scale, neither more nor less. Okay, few things we want more, few things we want less. Now, how would we know what things are needed more and what things are needed less? See, let's start from the highest thing. The highest thing we need is Mars. Okay. The highest thing we need is Mars. So the need of Mars is over here. Okay, let's consider over here there is need of Mars. Let's put numberings over here. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay. Please don't take out mistakes of what we say, this graph sizes. Okay. So we need, for example, 9 parts of Mars. With 9 parts of Mars, we need 8 parts of Saturn. Okay. These are the 9 parts of Mars. Okay. Then we need 8 parts of Saturn. With 8 parts of Saturn, we need 6 parts of Venus. Okay, 6 parts of Venus. Okay, this is 6. With 6 parts of Venus, we need 5 parts of Mercury. Okay, this is Mercury. So 5 parts of Mercury. We need 1 part of Sun. And we need 2 parts of Moon. 2 parts of Moon and 3 parts of Jupiter. Okay. So this is the proportion we need to maintain. Okay, this is the proportion you need to maintain. Now what happens is when you are born, okay, when you are born, this is not the proportion. This is the exact proportion you need in order to get nirvana. In order to get nirvana. That is how you choose how to remove your soul from the body. This is the exact proportion. But since you are born over here, it means that this is not the proportion of your body. This is certainly not. That is why you are here. You are here in order to barter. Okay. So for example, you are here because you have Mercury's energy filled till 9. Okay, you are here because you have Mercury's energy filled till 9. Till 9 you have Mercury's energy. So there is excess of Mercury energy inside you. I am just giving you an example. Okay. Then, talking about Venus. The Venusian energy is just over here. Okay, you just have this Venusian energy till over here. You lack this amount of Venusian energy, and you have this excess of Mercurian energy. Okay, so the excess of Mercurian energy is to be bartered in order to gain the lack of Venusian energy. So, what kind of person you would be? First of all, you would be very good at speech and you would be speaking ample of things. You would be giving out more than you should speak. Okay, you would be a blabberer. Okay, you would be speaking too much of things. Sometimes you would be speaking nonsense things. Sometimes you would be speaking too much more things. Okay, so first of all, when your Venusian graph is more than required, you would speak in excess. Okay, and in terms of Venus, if the graph is low, then you would be seeking love, affection and emotions. Okay, so the second thing is you would be seeking for empathy from people, empathy and affection. Okay, see, this is also going to show all kinds of characteristics of a person. From a person's characteristics, you can obviously make a graph. In both the ways you can do. Either you can make a graph and then understand a person, or you can understand a person and then make a graph. But when you have this graph, you can know how to handle that person and how to tackle that person, because now you know the need of their soul. Okay. So for a Mercurian person who has excess of Mercury than needed, he would be speaking too much. Okay, very much, more speech than required. And if the Venus graph is low, then he would be seeking empathy and affection. If the Venus graph is very high, the person would be empathetic and emotional. If Venus is more, okay, so over here if Venus becomes more, okay, then the person would be more empathetic and emotional. Okay, and if the Mercury is less over here, then the person would be less communicative. Okay, the person would be having hard time in communication, explaining themselves. Okay, so this would get reversed. Similarly, we have to see all these characteristics, and then you can know if Sun is more than 1, the person is egoistic. the person is going towards the desire. Okay, the maximum point is 9. If sun reaches 9, the person is totally egoistic. Totally egoistic. See, Mars is the highest. Mars is 9 because you have to radiate more heat. If Mars is less, the person would be having lack of confidence. The highest thing a person should have in order to be at the peak of spirituality is the self-confidence. Over here, if Mars is not there, the person is lacking self-confidence, and the person who does not have self-confidence would never trust his own ideas, his own imagination, his own self-realization. He would always go towards other and keep searching about knowledge. Okay, see over here Jupiter is less and Venus is also less, but what is greater is Mars. Because in order to be spiritual and go out of this world, you need first of all to trust yourself more than anyone in this world. See, I am not saying that you don't need a guru. You need a guru, but you need a guru to understand something in your life. In order to create, you need another guru who is Venus, that is Shukra. After you know how to create, so after you need guru and after you need Shukra, then the most important thing you need is Mars, Mangal. Mangal, when you know Mangal, okay, at that time you can utilize the knowledge and the skills gained from Guru and Shukra and create something which is your own. When you create something which is your own, that is the time you have that self-capability where you can rise up. Getting my point? So everybody has to maintain this graph in order to get completely satisfied and have a proportionate soul. So we are taking birth over here just because this graph is uneven. Okay, this graph is uneven. Someone has occupied more Mercury in last birth and now it is his duty to radiate Mercury out and take Venus. Okay, or Mars, somebody would be having less Mars, so his duty would be to gain Mars, gain self-confidence in this life. Somebody would be having more of Jupiter. Okay, so that person's duty would be to give out Jupiter, give out knowledge. Okay, so mostly if the people have increased Jupiter very much, okay, those people would be guides, teachers, okay, because their duty is to give out Jupiter. And as soon as they give out Jupiter, they can fill up their Mars, or they can fill up their Venus, they can fill up their Saturn, and that is how they are going to get liberation. Okay, now putting this thing in the body, okay, now putting this thing on the body, see, now we are going biological, and this is going to be interesting. Okay, let's go biologically. Let's put down interaction of two people over here. Okay. So this is the body. Okay, this is the body of two people. Now, this person is having a lot of root chakra energy. Okay, this person is radiating a lot of root chakra energy. This person does not have a root chakra energy, but this person has a heart chakra energy, very much. Okay, and this person does not have a heart chakra energy. So what will happen? These two people will vibe. What we say, okay, I vibe with you, you vibe with me. What is vibing? People think that okay, he doesn't have a good vibe and he doesn't have a bad vibe. Nobody has a good and a bad vibe. The person is not vibing right with you because he is not in synchronicity with you. Okay, they need to be in synchronicity. If people is synchronized with you, you guys would always be vibing. Okay. So consider there is a person who is having a higher amount of root chakra, and you are over here who does not have a root chakra, but over here you have a very big heart chakra, excessive heart chakra. Okay, let's give the name of the planets. Over here there is Mars. Somebody has the graph of Mars very high, more than needed, but that person does not have the graph of Mercury. Okay, over here this person has the graph of Mercury. And the graph of Mars is not good. See, I am just taking this for example because there is going to be a lot of detailing out here. So what will happen? There will be an exchange of vibes between these two people, and that is why they would interact, and the interaction would be fruitful. This person would gain some amount of Martian energy, and this person would gain some amount of heart energy. Okay, it is like two strings when you, like the tuning fork. Okay, when you bounce a tuning fork and see it in slow motion. See, this one would be vibrating like this, and this one is also vibrating like this. Okay, so when both the vibrations have a center area where both the vibration hit each other. Okay, slowly and steadily, when they are moving like this, they would start moving like this. Okay, and then they will stop. So what did they do? These vibrations slowly and steadily like this. The vibration is like this. Okay, and another vibration is like this. So slowly and steadily, this vibration would be in sync, and after they are in sync, they would end over here. Okay, so this is how karmic depths and karmic faults end. In order to end your karmic depths and karmic fault, you need to finish the irregular vibes, irregular vibration. Okay, we'll go into that later. Okay, because this again goes into sound and oscillations. We need to study the sounds and oscillations because one will act like sine, another will act like cos. One is absorbing and one is radiating. That is again a deep science. We are not getting into sine graphs and cos graphs of energy. So basically, this is how people interact. Okay, let's take another example. Jupiter. Okay, someone has very great Jupiter. So this person is having very great Jupiter energy, full of self-confidence. This person lacks self-confidence. Okay, so the energy would transfer over here. Oppositely, this person is having too much of crown energy, very thoughtful. This person is not having too much of crown energy, so the energy will transfer over here. So this person is giving the sun to this person. This person is giving the Mercury to this person in exchange. This person is giving Jupiter to this person in exchange, and Mars this person is giving to this person. So what is happening? They are in depth of their own soul. We think that two people are in depth of each other. No, they are not in depth of each other. They are in depth of their own proportion. This is the very big mistake. Very, very, very big mistake people have. They think that two people, when they are interactive, they are having a karmic bondage. Who the hell said that? The soul is having its own karmic bondage. The soul is having its own karmic bondage. You are not having a karmic bondage with another soul. You are having a karmic bondage with this place, which is named as Prithvi. Prithvi. How did Prithvi came? Prithvi. Okay, in the few videos above, I explained that our body is made like Veena. Okay, this is skull. This is pelvis. Okay, and this is the in-between spine. Okay, so our body is like Veena. So Prithvi came from Pruthak plus Veena. The place, Pruthak means different. The place where different people made in a style of Veena sustained on this earth is called Prithvi. Pruthak Veena. Pruthak Veena. This Veena is personification of skull, pelvis and spine. Our body is like Veena. Okay, Pruthak means different. So people, Pruthak Veena, Pruthak Veena, Pruthak, different Veenas. So everybody has a different proportion in their Veena. So everybody has a different Nad. My Nad is different from your Nad. Your Nad is different from my Nad. Our Nad is different from this person's Nad. Okay, so everybody is going to have different Nad, different vibration. So vibration is Nad. So my body vibration or my Nad vibration is governed by my Veena, my spine, my pelvis, my skull. Okay, suppose I am radiating more of heart chakra. Okay, suppose I am radiating more of heart chakra. So there would be more energy from my heart chakra over here. And my sound, okay, my vibrations would be going out with the sound of Ma or Madhyam, on the frequency of Ma. on the frequency of Madhyam. Okay, suppose I would be having more. More of solar plexus energy. Okay, then my frequency would be having this. Then my vibes would be having a frequency of Ga. Okay, more of Ga, Gandhara, Manipura chakra. Okay, so I would be vibing less. So what will be the difference? Over here, the person at the root chakra sounds like sorry. See, it is given in the Chand Yoga Upanishad. The sound of sacred Swadhisthana chakra is the sound like earth, which is how. Okay, in the frequency of Re, that is the second swara of Pruthak Veena. Okay, the second swara. Lower beings are still farther. Okay, see, still farther down. Middle beings are at Ma. Okay, this frequency. So catch a frequency. It is very hard to catch a frequency. For that you need to meditate on the syllables. Meditating on the syllables is very much important. In each syllable there is a sound. There is a sound of U, which is different from the sound of Ma. The sound of Ma is different from the sound of Pa. Okay, so the sound of Pa is higher than the sound of Ma. The sound of G is lower than the sound of Ma. Getting it? G, Ma, Pa. Okay. So every sound is different. From that sound, you are getting classified as your energies. So your body is radiating different energies in a different proportion. That proportion is the proportion of your vibes. That is why this Veena was important. Nobody got that Veena. Understand the Chand Yoga Upanishad in that way. Pruthak Veena. See the Veenas of different person. Okay, it is personified. You have a Veena inside you. That is why Saraswati is with Veena. The one who can regulate his or her own vibes inside the body have the blessings of Saraswati. Because Saraswati is the one who can rewire his Veena. His or her Veena. So you need to rewire your Veena every time. Okay, when to rewire, how to rewire depends on the planetary position. Okay, if Jupiter is transiting in a good sign and your Jupiter is good, then rewire your Veena and spread more solar plexus energy. You will be lucky. But when your Jupiter is good and you throw out more of sacral energy or Saturnian energy, you are going to have a difficult time in your life. Okay, so people who don't know this Veena concept, they go with the flow. But those who are deep into spirituality, they change their bodily vibes with the vibes of the world. That is why they are alone. Okay, why? Because see, every time there is a planetary transit, you are changing your vibe. And when you are changing your vibe, there would be a change in your social circle. Why? Because see, over here, when you have more of Jupiterian energy, you will find people around you who would be naturally drawn towards you with less Jupiterian energy. Okay, but now consider. Now what happened? Jupiter is transiting into a sign of, say, Virgo, and you don't want now Jupiter to be there. Okay, you don't want your Jupiter energy increase. So what you will do? You will reduce your Jupiter energy. Okay, so you will reduce your Jupiter energy, and then you will be increasing your root energy, Martian energy. Okay, so now if you are increasing your Martian energy, what happens? See, now this person is not vibing with you. They would feel, oh my God, you are totally changed. You are not that person. Tum badal gaye ho. Babu, you are changed. But Babu needs to change. If Babu doesn't change, he would feel inside the cycle of birth and death. So what happens is, now see, now both of them are having a higher mass. The primary requirement of these two people to vibe together was this person should have less mass, so the mass is going from here to here. So the mass is going from here to here. Okay, but now they are having equal mass. Okay, so what is going? There is a deflection. Okay, now there is not attraction. Now there is repulsion. There will be repulsion. This person is going away. Okay, even in Jupiter, see, the need was that his Jupiter should fill up his Jupiter. But no, now this person has reduced the Jupiter. So again, this person would feel lack of Jupiter again from this person. Okay, so again there is no repulsion, but over here there is neutrality. No one is transferring Jupiter, and this person will feel a lack of something, like something is lacking in our relation again. Okay, so with every transit you have to change the vibes of your body. That is why when you are on the spiritual path, you need to be alone, or you need to be you need to be with some partner who is going to change his or her energy every time a transit is taking place. Okay, so consider Mercury is again transiting from one zodiac to another, and now it is your need to increase the Mercurian energy. Okay, so when you increase your Mercurian energy, you need to tell your partner that, see, it is my need that I have to increase my Mercury energy. So now you have to reduce your Mercury energy, so give out your Mercury energy and transform your Vina into some another frequency so that we can match. So if you want to have a partner in a spiritual journey, you need to have an equally dedicated partner who can continuously change their energy to match your energy, and you have to continuously change your energy to match their energy. Okay, otherwise spirituality does not go hand in hand with socialism. Because with spirituality, you need to change your frequency every time when the transit takes place. You need to change your social circle, you need to change how you are interacting with, you need to change your complete behavior, you need to change the bodily vibe field. Okay, you completely need to change your vibe field every time a planet is transiting from one sign to another. For that, you first need to get out of attachment. If you are into attachment, how can you transform yourself? You need to transform yourself. For that, you need to take away yourself from attachment. Only then you can transform yourself every now and then. Okay, like see this Mercury. Mercury stays in one sign for only around 23 days. So in every 23 days, you need to bloody change your Mercurian energy. So now if you are every 23 days you are changing your Mercurian energy, the opposite partner should also change the energy in every 23 days. Otherwise, in 23 days, whenever you will reduce your Mercurian energy, they are going to vibe with someone else and you are going to vibe with someone else. So either you will keep on switching partners or you will keep on fighting. So in order to reduce this, the only one thing left is both of them should be equally dedicative in the spiritual journey. Okay, which is very hard to find. That is why people resort into Brahmacharya. So this was a concept of the graph for which the third purpose of life is. The third purpose of life is to be proportionate. When you are proportionate, you are satisfied. Okay. So when you are in proportion, you are satisfied. Okay. People with excess or people with void destroy everything around. So why are these Rahu Ketu people not good? Because they have taken the birth because they are either having something in excess or either having something in void. So in order to complete their void or in order to remove the excess energy, they are disturbing the people's energy around them. Okay, that is creating a chaos again. So what did we get over here? See first of all, from the first thing, okay, if your birth is because of your mind, and if you are a female, okay, if you are a female, only and only if you are a female, you are coming from sun and going towards over here. If you are a male, then you are coming from darkness and going towards light. Or a female is coming from light and going towards darkness. So what do we get from over here? From over here, we understand the direction of the soul. Diksha. Okay, we understood the direction of the soul. Okay, from this and this, either you are male or either you are female. Then we also understood that if we are born when the moon is going inside, that is from new to full, then you are going towards materialism or material life. Okay. When the moon is going in the reverse quark direction, from full to new, outside, and from full to new, okay, then you are going to spiritual plane, spiritual direction in your life. Okay. So another thing we got to know is the rotation. Okay, the second thing we came to know is rotation. This was the first thing. The second thing is rotation. This is the direction vector where you are going. This is the rotation, which is the angular momentum of the soul. This is the direction of the soul, which decides either you are going to be female or male. Okay. And the second thing would decide your rotation. Where are you headed? Okay. Next thing. The third most important thing. Okay. Now let's keep it over here. Now, the third most important thing is what we call like daytime birth or the nighttime birth. Okay. See, when the sun is present, it is a daytime birth. Okay, I will erase this to understand. See, there are two types of birth: a daytime birth and nighttime birth. When we are understanding the Kala Chakra, at that time we will understand that when we make a Kala Chakra, okay, and over here there is sunrise, over here there is sunset. Okay, we would learn the Kala Chakra afterwards, because it would again take 1 hour to understand just the Kala Chakra. But we are not understanding Kala Chakra right now. Just take the basic over here. So whenever we learn the Kala Chakra, we will know that when the sunlight is there, sunrise is there. Okay, so you will be acting on the first hemisphere of the earth. When the sunset is there, sun is not present, and you are born in the darkness. So over here there is darkness. Over here there is light. Okay, so this is the third category. The third category is dipole. Okay, so see, the first category was direction, where you are headed. This is the direction vector. Okay, over here there was angular rotation. Okay, in what way you are going? Okay, either you are going in the material path or you are going into the spiritual path. Okay, the next thing over here we would get from the daytime birth and nighttime birth is the magnetism. Okay, either you are into the north node or you are going towards the south node. Okay, what is your magnetic field? Okay, is it outwards or inwards? Okay. Outwards or inwards? What does this decide? Okay, what does this decide? What does magnetism decide actually? Very easy question. What does magnetism decide? Magnetism decides your charge. So this would ideally tell you that either you are negatively charged or you are positively charged. Are you negatively charged or are you positively charged? If you are positively charged, you will be attracting negative charged people. If your soul is negatively charged, you will be attracting positive charged people. How this charge affects? Again, we will study it later on. Okay, we will study that later on. We are just categorizing things right now. Okay. So the third criteria is charge. Positive charge or negative charge, and it will depend on whether you are born on sunrise or sunset, whether the sun is present or not. If the sun is present, then who is the positive charge? The sun is the positive charge. The sun is a positive charge. That is why it is giving out a lot of heat. Okay, and it is pulling things inwards. Positive charge pull things. Okay. In one scientific research, it was said that our sun can either, if we consider sun as a molecule, if we consider total the solar system as one molecule, then our sun is either a molecule of iron or a molecule of nickel. Any one of them, either ferrous or nickel. It was a research. It is not yet proven, but there was a research like that. What if we consider the solar system like a atomic model. Let's consider this as a nucleus and this as the electrons. Then what will be the sun? How would sun be filled up? Then sun would either be a molecule of ferrous or either would be the molecule of nickel. So when you are born in the sun type, okay, leave that apart, forget it, it will again take you to somewhere else. Okay, so forget it right now. So if you are born in the sunrise time, then who is the positive charge? It is the sun. So you are a negative charge. If you are born at night time, then you are the positive charge. Because you came here to give light. Because at night time this moon acts as a negative charge. Because sun is the positive charge who is giving light to the moon. Moon is reflecting it. And then you are getting the light. So if you are in the night time birth, you are the positive charge person. If you are in the daytime birth, you are the negative charge person. Okay. And in my perception, if you are a daytime birth, you should always choose your partner to be a nighttime birth person. If you are nighttime birth, always choose a partner who is a daytime birth. 50% of your problems will be solved. If both are daytime born people, both will be either be negative charge or positive charge, and then things would either erupt in any of the cases. Okay. So the third thing we got to know is charge. Third thing we got to know is charge. Right over here. Okay. Now the next thing. The next thing about your soul. What do you consider the next thing about your soul? After understanding the direction, after rotation, after charge, what do you understand? One thing which is called type or the nature of the child. Okay, so basically there are three natures. Either you are taking input in life, either you are utilizing, either you are giving output. Okay, or you are in the middle somewhere. Getting it? How do we know that? For this we have Ritu. Ritu. It is not Ritu, it is Ritu. H-R-I-T-U. Ritu. Do you know what is Ritu? Seasons. Look in what season you are born. It says a lot about you. Okay, seasons. Seasons are also divided into days and zodiacs because it is a part of sun cycle and also the moon cycle. Sun plus moon cycle. Okay. So it is the Ritu determines your sky element. Okay. Ritu determines your sky element. In which Ritu are you born? Okay. What is your sky element? What is the nature of your birth? Okay. See, in autumn, okay. Let's say in monsoon. Okay, let's see monsoon. Monsoon is the first season over here. Because in monsoon you are getting input. If you are born in monsoon, you are getting input. Okay. If you are born in winter, you are getting output. If you are born in summer, you are utilizing. How? Ask me how. I'm wearing Saturn. I'm going to teach you how. Input. See, in the rainy season, there is too much of moisture. So if you are born in the rainy season, you are over here because you want to gain, you want to increase the energy of your soul. We understood the graph, right? In the graph, there are more graphs which are lower and less graphs which are higher. Okay, that is why you need to gain things. And monsoon is when the nature is at its peak. It is giving generation. What is there in monsoon? In monsoon there are saplings. Okay, the plants are growing. Naturally there is weed everywhere. Naturally there are trees everywhere. Greenery is increasing. So what is happening? you are increasing yourself. Okay, you are growing, you are generating, you are coming out from a seed. Okay, so if you are born in monsoon season, so first of all you need to see is your primary agenda of the soul is to increase or grow. Okay, next, if you are in the summer season, your agenda is to sustain. Your soul does have the energy to grow, but you need to sustain, and you need to develop and expand your energy. Okay, so your main agenda of the soul would be to expand your energy. If you are born in winter, the main agenda is to give the warmth to other people. Okay, so if you are born in winter, you are a natural giver. Okay, you are a giver. The task is to give. Over here, the task is to take. Until and unless Saturn is very much high over here and Sun is very much high over here. Okay, because Saturn also denotes giving and Sun also denotes taking. Okay, but let's not go into so much deep details right now. Just understand, in monsoon season, if you are born, you are a taker. Okay, accept things from people. In winter you are born, don't accept anything from people. You are a giver, give things to people, don't expect. Over here you can expect. Getting it? So this gives, the seasons give the nature of the soul. Okay, and the nature, by the nature I mean what is the characteristics. Okay, what is the work. So we'll write over here characteristics or just character. What would be your character? Would you be a giver? Would you be a taker? Okay. See, this is the 4 things governed by the moon. Okay, there are other 4 things also, but we will talk about it later on, because over here I am just explaining the 4 main things which were the reason of the birth with respect to the moon. Moon is a lord of Cancer. Cancer is the 4th zodiac. The 4th phase of the moon is very much important. So 4 is very much important. So if you are over here because of moon, you are trapped like this. Okay, if you are over here because of moon, you are trapped like this. Either you are coming from sun and moon trapped you, either you are coming from darkness and moon trapped you. Okay, or you are lying in the plane over here, the plane of Rahu, Ketu and Earth, the unidirectional plane, and you didn't have a lot of energy, so you wanted a body, so that is why you incarnated over here to gain a lot of energy by the means of a body. Okay, in any of these 3 cases, okay, the 4 main things you need to know about yourself is the direction, the rotation, the charge and character of your soul. Getting my point? These are the 4 main things you should understand while speculating your soul. Okay, you need to speculate your soul. What is spirituality? Okay, what is spirituality? Cut down the word spirituality, spirit. Okay, the word spirituality means spirit itself. Okay, take it in English, Jyotish. Jyoti Ish. Jyoti is the life force. Okay, the soul. The soul is the Jyoti. So we are just understanding our soul. The person who is understanding our soul, understanding their soul, is a spiritual person. So if you are spirituality, if you are into spirituality, if you are into Jyotish, the Jyoti of life, okay. So you need to, what do you first you need to do? You need to understand your soul. So that is why see I am very much slow in making you understand the Panchang and everything. Why? Because first we need to understand the basic. We are still on the basic. Okay. So in the basic, today we just understand out of 8 parts of the soul. Okay, see, understand, the soul is made up of 8 parts. Okay, this is the soul. It is made up of 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, out of this 8 parts, these 4 parts are governed by moon. Okay, these 4 parts are governed by moon. These 2 parts are governed by sun. Okay, This one part is governed by Jupiter and one part is governed by Venus. Okay, and your soul is made up of Mars and Mercury. And the role of Mars and Mercury is fulfilled by the cycle of time by Saturn. That is why Saturn is completely a different person. Okay, Saturn is completely different over here because it is the only planet with rings. The rings of Saturn, I say that it is not directly affecting your life. Okay, it is like it is grabbing you into a cycle. Okay, so we don't have to consider Saturn as a aspect of the soul. Okay, it doesn't have any characteristics in the soul, but it is responsible for the cycling of your soul. Okay, so the soul is going to have 8 characteristics. Of the 8 characteristics, 4 are given by Moon, which are the 4: direction, rotation, charge, and characters, and the character. Okay, for character we can also write nature. Okay, so these are the 4 things which are given by Moon. Okay, and we understood how and where you came from. Okay. This direction is nothing else but gender. Okay, this rotation is nothing else but your interest. This charge is nothing else but what we say, your force. What is your internal force? Okay, what is your internal force? That is charge. And this character is nothing else but your action. I won't definitely say your action, but in what pathway you have to go. Okay, so these are the 4 characteristics of Moon which are considered by a soul. Now we will understand in the next video the characteristics of Sun, 2 more characteristics of Sun, 1 characteristics of Jupiter and 1 characteristics of Venus. After that we would have 8 characteristics of the soul. Okay, and then the soul will be complete. So thank you all for joining me, and this was the basic idea about life. Okay, this is how life is manifesting itself, and that's all. We need a lot of time more to understand this sun. That is why I am not starting this sun right now, but definitely by tonight I will add this sun also in the cycle. So after understanding this soul completely, then we will go into planets. Then what role does this planet do, and why certain planets are considered debilitated, exalted, or in Mool Trikona. Okay, but that is the next concept. For that you need to know how your soul is made. After you know how your soul is made, then we can go into planets. That is why I am not going into planets. Okay, after I complete this 8 characteristics of soul. After these 8 characteristics of soul, I am going to teach you how these 8 characteristics of soul or Atman or Jyoti or spirit is affected by 7 planets and 2 nodes. Getting my point? After you understand the exaltation, debilitation of the planets, at that time we will start Tithi. Because in order to understand Tithi, you need to understand Moon very well. In order to understand Moon, you first need to know that Moon is something that trapped you over here. So I am making you understand all these things. Okay, so these were the 3 things. Still over there 2 things will come. Okay, so join me in my next session. Okay, thank you very much. To be continued.